Hi Math 6-5. This is the video for lesson 102, which is scheduled for Monday, March 30th. Lesson 102 deals with subtracting decimal numbers, which you've all done before, but it's a good reminder that, so let's review for a second. When you have a number like 4/10, and you say you had to subtract 393 thousandths from it. You won't have any of this complicated today, but this is just a good example that I'm working through for you. You can always add in zeros after this last digit. We've been doing that for a couple lessons now. Then you have something you can work with. So in this case, we would borrow all the way to the 4, make it a 3, turn this into a 10, but I need to borrow from it to make that a 9. And then this can become a 10. So 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 9 is 0, 3 minus 3 is 0. But I need those zeros to answer 7 thousandths. Okay, so everything in this lesson is going to be dealing with subtracting decimal numbers and making sure that you have the right number of decimal places for your problem before you start subtraction. So I'm going to do a couple of your practice problems with you since this is mostly review for most of you. So let's see. Let's go with problem B. I'm on page 529. Practice problems. Okay. Since there's not much new to this, I thought it'd be fun to work together on some of the problems. So my first problem is 3/10 minus 25 hundredths. The first thing I need to do is line up my numbers. Now I learned a cool trick the other day. If you need to, you could line them up using the paper this way. So I'll do that just because it was a cool new trick I learned. So 0 decimal, my decimal is going to be on the line, and then my 3/10, and then I'm going to line up my 0 and my decimal is on the line again, 2, 5. Okay, and I know I'm subtracting. Now here I need to put in my 0 placeholder. It does not change the value of this number at all. So now it's a problem I can work with. I have the same number of decimal places in my top number and my bottom number. So 0 minus 5, I know I can't do. I'm going to go over here and borrow to make this a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 2 minus 2 is 0. Bring my decimal straight down. 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay? And that would be your answer for B. So let's go and skip down. I'm going to go back to working it this way on my paper. I'm going to go to letter J. Letter J is 2.5 minus 1. Now, excuse me, on this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the same number of decimal places. Even though some of you may do this one in your head, I think it's a good practice for you to put that same number of decimal places in each number. So 5 minus 0 is 5. Bring my decimal straight down. 2 minus 1 is 1. So there's my answer, 1.5. Okay, and the last one I'm going to do with you is K. If we read it, it says Angela poured 1.2 liters of soda pop from a full 2-liter container. How much soda pop was left in the container? First of all, we know they're not from Texas because we don't call it soda pop. I would have written this as Angela poured 1.2 liters of Coke. But anyway, so we start with how much total Coke there was. And that is, it's a full 2-liter container. And she poured out 1.2 liters. So she took away, subtracted 1.2 liters. So we need to put our decimal point and our 0. As we've learned in the previous lessons, that changes nothing for this number's value, but it helps you do the math. Okay, so we cannot start with 0 minus 2, so we have to go over here to borrow and make that a 1 and make that a 10. Okay, so 10 minus 2 is 8. Bring our decimal straight down. 1 minus 1 is 0. And am I done yet? No, I'm not, because I didn't put my units. So 8/10 of a liter. Now I'm done. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Get in contact with me and I'll help you in any way I can. I hope you're all doing well. And there'll be one more video for lesson 103 coming.